Oh boy, do I have some nonsense for y'all today. The project is new, but the mission remains the same. Gaslighting ourselves into being positive, productive, and motivated. I'm looking forward to making a fool of myself. What I'm doing is worthwhile and fruitful for my future self. I am thankful, I am thoughtful. Back at it again with the embroidery. Still don't know what I'm doing, but I wasn't kidding. I am thankful, I am happy to be right where I am. I'm looking forward to seeing what is possible today. I don't think I've eaten one thing today. I have not put any fuel or nourishment into my body. Yet I am still so ready to make this. Circle's already not looking great. We regain, we persevere. This is gonna be great. This is Let's Make Mistakes. Through my lack of knowledge and violent self-critique, we're gonna try to make something. I hope you can make something along with me, and hopefully we can surprise ourselves, do something new, do something different. I'm already not feeling this circle. Who cares? We're not gonna judge it. We're not gonna put it down before it is finished. We're just gonna keep going, see what happens. Enjoy the process. Let's go. Come on, y'all. Excuse me. I still have not found a decent way to record this process because it's just a downward angle. You're getting a front row seat to the pastiest legs this side of the Mississippi. Like, we just started getting warmer days. I've barely been out in the sun. I have a severe lack of vitamin D, severe lack of determination for anything. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, still have not figured out a conducive angle for embroidery and recording said embroidery. You're just getting a bird's eye view of the madness. Maybe I'll figure it out one day, but who knows. I am aware that there's different kinds of stitching. There's different methods to embroidery. You can add certain types of textures and stuff like that, but we're just going straight dotted line for this. I don't trust myself whatsoever to do something experimental on this, because the plan is for this to be a surprise for a special someone, but we're not going to talk about that. Hold on. We're going to talk about hemorrhoids. We're going to talk about self-inflicted hemorrhoids, potty talk, just the good stuff today. You know what I'm talking about? What am I thinking about right now? I don't know, just that this is gonna take ages and more than likely gonna be a span of a few days before I can finish this video. Nothing crazy, nothing big, nothing drastic. I'm gonna try to get out of my head and enjoy this. Because believe it or not, I have some sort of subject matter today. Yeah, I think this is the best timeline. Shut up, dude. I think this is the best timeline. For me, at least. For my trajectory in life, I think this is the best outcome that could have happened. Within reason, of course. There's always hitting the lottery and moving to the Caribbean and never talking to anyone ever. What? I think this is the best timeline for me. I've recognized my passions. I continue to create time to cultivate those passions, for them to grow and thrive. I nurture what is good for me. Like so many other possibilities could have happened. I could have followed the wrong path, led me down something completely different than this, but dude, I'm embroidering something for the love of my life, and I'm gonna record that process and talk about what's on my mind. That is music to thine ears, bro. Like, it's crazy to think about someone to go through their entire life and not recognize that they have a passion for something. And you can be content with that. You can live your life, enjoy the people around you, do the same things every day, and be completely content with that. And of course, there's nothing wrong with it. Live your life, bro. But I think this is my best timeline. Make time for the things that are good for you, bro. Release some tension in the day-to-day. Find what makes you happy and do everything you can to preserve that. Don't let the fire go out, brother. Anytime I utter the words, do what makes you happy, I think of the extremes of what makes someone happy. What if there's a dude in Utah that loves to get naked and flash people's Ring cameras? Obviously, don't do that. Although, it would be a very entertaining compilation. If it makes you happy to spit in condiments at restaurants that everyone uses, don't do that. I don't know what you freaks are into. Whenever I say do what makes you happy, I'm thinking of like gardening or golf or, I don't know, something constructive. That was some nonsense. Sorry about that. I have an assignment for the class this week. Call someone you love. Check in with someone you care about. Make time for that. Okay, that's what I mean. Make time for loved ones. Make time for someone who you want to be in their life actively. I'm not contributing to a lot of the relationships in my life, so it's always one-sided. There's always someone calling me instead of me calling them. I don't check in with people enough, but I still care for them. I still want the best for them, but I don't make first contact a lot of the time. I want to bridge that gap between thinking about them and actively communicating with someone. Because my brother called me the other day, and just the elation that I felt when I saw his name pop up on my phone, utter joy, because I love that guy. I am so thankful for that man. And it's my own brother, and I don't talk to him anywhere near enough that I need to, because I think about him a handful of times throughout every week, and I just don't call him. It's like, oh, if you love him that much, why don't you talk to him? Why don't you see what he's up to? Yeah, I know, dude. Hey, I was thinking about you, thought I'd give you a call, check up on you, see how you're doing. That's not in my instinct. Maybe that just makes me a bad brother. Maybe I need some work on my communication skills. Check in with someone you care about. That's the assignment for this week. I don't care if you're a loner. I don't care if you don't talk to anyone on the phone. I don't care if you even have a phone. Find one, figure out the number of someone you love, and talk to them. Even if you hadn't spoken in a year, 6 months, 5 years, see what they're up to, bro. And if they don't answer, leave a cheeky voicemail. Because something just as good as a phone call is an attempt of a phone call in a witty voicemail, dude. And I'm telling this to myself as well as I'm telling it to you. It doesn't take much at all just for a quick little phone call, just a 5-minute, how you doing? How's everything? You good? What's on your mind? Because it means so much to someone who is receiving that, because there's effort there. There is an effort in thinking of someone, finding their name in your phone, hitting call, and waiting for them to answer, and then have a conversation. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore, and I'm kind of straying from the point, but still, dude, check in with someone you care about, see what they're up to, see what's good with them, and just have a chat. Have a little bit of banter with a bloke or a lass or a bird or one of your boys. I haven't paid attention at all to the camera angle, so I'm sorry if this sucks. If you'll allow me to be dead ass for a moment, this is gonna take a while. I don't think I'm gonna finish it in this video, but we can make some progress. We can do a little something. When my brother called me, pure joy, I picked it up and he was just checking in on me, seeing how I was doing, what I was up to, what's new. Excuse me. And my brother is one of the most talented people that I have ever known, ever will know. He is taken a lot of positive chances in his life, and he is actively trying to make his dreams come true, which is why I look up to him so much. He has taught me a lot. He continues to be a valuable person in my life. And he supports what I do. He supports my dreams, what I want out of life. And he is just a grade A kind of guy. So he called me up and I told him what was up, what was good, dropped the 411 on him. We were talking a little bit about being in the right place at the right time. The universe giving you signs that you are in the right place. Because sometimes the proof is just so undeniable that you are doing exactly what you are meant to do. Because you know deja vu, you know that feeling, just I've seen this all before. I've been in this exact moment, but I can't really remember when or why. And that feeling just washes over you and goes away in 10 seconds. Who's to say if it's God, if it is the universe telling you something, if it is a higher power putting those things in your path to keep you on the right trajectory? Who knows? It's getting more and more difficult as I've gotten older to believe in coincidences. It's getting more difficult to believe that things happen just because. I don't know if everyone has a clear-cut path to what's gonna happen to them. I don't know if our fates are sealed and things are always gonna happen a certain way. I'm not the one to delineate that, but it makes a lot more sense to me that what is meant for you will gravitate to you. It is magnified to you. What is meant for you will find you in one way or another. But the important thing is for you to be open to those possibilities, open your mind to whatever comes through the radio waves. That's just what me and my brother talked about. Just things that are meant for you and being able to recognize what is for you. The same thing, like say you were having a conversation with your friend. A few days later you have that same subject matter comes up in a completely separate conversation with someone different. It's almost like, hey, maybe this is something I should look further into. I should take away from this conversation because it continues to come up. There's repetition here. This same thing has come up from two different sources. That's strange. And then it happens a third time. Same subject matter, different person, different conversation. Because at that point, it's less about coincidence and more about, hey, maybe this thing is meant for me and it's trying to find me. You'll see what I'm making?
Sure. Oh, interesting.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What does interesting mean?
I don't know.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know. It is good. It looks good. Better than I could do.
You know what the funny thing is? You could do this too. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. I know what all this sounds like though. Tie-dye shirt, beads in my dreads, soul patch. I cornered you at a rave and I'm blabbing about the universe, but just I know what it sounds like. Since I got off the phone with my brother, this is solely what's been on my mind. We also talked a little bit about prayer He asked me if I pray for anything or if I pray in general. I said, yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I rarely ever ask for anything whenever I pray. It's more out of just gratefulness. Whenever you pray, whenever you close your eyes, bow your head, and focus your mind, and it could be for anything. It doesn't even have to be religious, because that's an important aspect of prayer, is when you speak those words aloud, you are telling yourself those things as well. Excuse me, because I looked up the definition of prayer, and the definition that came back was a request for help or expression of thanks. An alternate definition being an earnest hope or wish. Like, you can pray for anything. Again, it doesn't have to be strictly religious. You don't have to be praying to God himself or a higher power. You could pray to yourself. You could hope and wish for things yourself. Because self-talk is such an important thing. I've said many, many times before, you become what you think about. You also become what you say. There's a lot reliant on how you talk to yourself and how you talk to others. Because your brain, it does not delineate words that you hear from someone else, and it does not delineate words that you tell yourself. To your brain, those are all the same thing. So if I make a mistake and I talk to myself like, oh, you're a dumbass, why would you do that? It's the same as someone else saying that to me. Anything that I say could be completely false, completely dumb, but just hear me out. The amygdala is the part of the brain that processes stress, fear, and emotional threats. So if I continue to speak to myself in negative ways, if I continue to have negative thoughts about myself, it's going to send anxiety and stress hormones throughout my entire body. So you truly can become your own worst enemy. Negative thoughts and negative self-talk can become toxic. You can be kind to yourself if you choose to, because no one else hears the story going on inside your head, unless you make YouTube videos and speak your mind. But the combination of acting positively and thinking positively can really rewire your brain, create new connections. I'll say it a little bit louder for those of y'all in the back of the classroom. But if you think positively and act on those positive thoughts, you can rewire your brain and create new connections. And this is just a quote that I grabbed from the Flint Mind on Instagram. Ambition without the correct inner dialogue is just fantasy. Ambitious people don't have fewer doubts. They just refuse to let the doubt write the script. No matter what, doubt will always try to wiggle its way back into what you got going on. Why create if it's never going to be good enough? My standards are set so high, I actually think to myself, what is the point of making something if it's never going to be good enough? That is what's called the artist's paradox. The act of creation is much more fulfilling than what you make. Creating something is not a proof of worth. It's the exploration of possibility. And that's why making these videos is so rewarding to me. The process, the mistakes, the things that I'm not doing right, is what I cherish. I create something to let my thoughts exist somewhere outside of my head. Because anytime you make something, it is an extension of yourself. It is an extension of your ideas. If and when I make something, in its essence, it is me. And when I put that down, when I pick apart and critique something that I have made myself, I am engaging in negative self-talk. Something I make comes to the forefront and I'm looking at it and all I see are the mistakes. I'm essentially looking into my own thoughts, my own psyche, and saying, it's not good enough. I'm not satisfied. It's an ongoing struggle to differentiate the different characters in my head. I don't have multiple personality disorder or anything. Maybe, no. By different characters, I mean, there's the creator, which I like to think is my 10-year-old self. The kid who enjoys what he makes, who enjoys the act of creation, has an idea, runs with it, and has fun. The editor in my head is like 35 years old. He wears khakis and he's like a building inspector. And he just goes around to anything I make. He spray paints everything wrong with what I did. He sees all the flaws and reports everything to the critic. Now, the critic in my head, I see as the food critic in Ratatouille. Just a pale, soulless guy who goes around and ruins everything. Nothing is ever good enough. There is no joy in what he sees. All he sees is that it is not perfection. It is not technically sound. There's so many flaws, I can't even see the beauty in what has been made. That's the critic in my head. All of them have a necessity. In the work I do, they all have their own jobs. But the issue is, one of them comes to work just a little bit early, and they infringe on what's happening in front of them. So if I'm making something, the 35-year-old home inspector, the editor, he comes in when something's halfway done. He's like, oh, we need to change this. Oh, it's not, oh, boss isn't going to be happy about this one. Oh, that's wrong. Nope. Then I'm not going to be happy about what I'm making. And if I just critique every little thing that happens while it happens, then it's all for naught. The joy is left. The 10-year-old me is going to be crying, wetting his pants. I'm afraid I've stopped making sense. So, in closing, I find it important how you talk to yourself, what you say, what you tell yourself. Be kind and attentive to yourself. Create freely. Don't let your emotions become your cage. Be kind to the person you are now and who you are becoming. Make time for the things that are fruitful for you, that are fruitful for others. You got this, dude. I believe in you, seriously. I know that whatever you set your mind to, you will find a way. Our fear is not that we are inadequate. The fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Life's too short to be negative and critiquing yourself all the time. That doesn't look like a good sign. But who cares? It's alright. All good. If you made it this far, God bless you. I'm thankful for you. I'm happy for you. I look forward to what life has to offer you. I think that'll do it for me today. Hope you can join me on the next installment of Let's Make Mistakes. But until then, be good and embrace your mistakes. Bye. Love you.